What's up, nerdles? I'm Jeff, and this is Javin. They make incredibly happy, creative music.
Oh, this is clean.
It's very good, and I know that because they submit their work to be reacted to on these reaction videos. If you would like your art to be part of this video series, then you can submit it to us in our Discord by joining using the invite link in the description down below. All right, here we have Javin. Javin,
I've seen him around the Discord a lot.
Yeah, claims to be a young man. Don't believe him because he shreds super hard.
Claims to be. Okay.
There's going to be a dope moment with this mouse. I know that it's like you know how people have LEDs in the background of their videos and that's their light show. This mouse is about to be a centerpiece. I'm psyched. Let's go. Oh yeah. More lining up delays.
Yes.
It's kind of like soft looping, you know?
Yeah.
All harmonies, man. This sounds awesome, dude.
Oh, I like those little boom, boom.
Yeah.
Kind of like little string bending going on there, or whatever it was. I don't know. It sounded really nice.
I think it just like slammed a root note up there.
Oh, this is clean.
It's very good. And I think your delay is turned up so high that you're almost playing milliseconds before it comes through the preamp. So like, yeah, keeping time like this, like you're solid on it. I couldn't play on a metronome until Scott and I started rehearsing together because Scott plays to a click when we rehearse.
I demand it.
Yeah, and I literally couldn't, like I told him the story about Tactical Terry and how I couldn't record that. I had a synthesizer play it on Nocturnal Panic because I couldn't play it in time. Metronome be damned.
Boy, I like those little harmonics he's putting in there.
Yeah, there's mostly harmonics actually.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
That was really nice. Very soothing. Well, I mean, it's called Lullaby. I mean, it makes sense. But yeah, I love those harmonics and the kind of low root note that kind of had a little bend sound almost.
Yeah, a little distortion.
Boom. Like, it was really nice.
I think he must have just been playing them so hard that it was doing that. That's good. Yeah. That's wicked. It reminded me of like those feel good soundtracks in video games that like inspire creativity, like Minecraft and like The Sims and those games.
Yeah, okay.
They like really feel. It's like I'm putting a couch down for my sim, or like I'm making my bed. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, sick, Javin. As always, man. Congrats on getting into the higher level band at your school, and like thanks for submitting another original track. This is awesome. I'm so glad that you're putting your original music out in the world like this young, dude.
Takes guts, you know.
You're going places, man. All right, here we got Calogin with Drill and Bass Thingy finished. Dot wave. We're just not even. So I made fun of them for they were converting their stuff to MP3s in like an online converter.
Yeah. And
they were getting really long names like Drill and Bass converted on mp3converter.com or whatever. So we're getting them in wave format now. We're getting them in HQ.
Nice.
I don't know.
Exclusive.
I don't know if HQ
Lossless.
Drills. Lossless straight from the hashtag Nerdle Content Discord channels. You got to be there to get it.
Right, see what we got.
Let's see what drill means. I know drill. So there's a popular form of hip hop called drill from like a specific place in the United States. It's coming back into popularity, so it might mean that.
Okay.
I know that's back
in the drill and drum and bass crossover. Drill and bass.
Yeah.
All play on words.
Yeah, and I don't know that it's super different than trap.
Oh, more twinkles.
Oh yeah, Calogin's like becoming the synth whisperer.
Twinkle master. Yes.
Oh, so much glitches.
This is another example, like you got really chill ambient music, but then like really fast driving drums.
They're peaking like crazy. Like, look at the spectrogram. It's so mad.
Yeah. Like, oh, you're hurting me. Oh.
This is so loud. Every frequency. That's an accomplishment.
Taking advantage of the full spectrum.
Oh yeah.
Like that.
Like,
a lot of red.
What potentially dangerous things are happening in that lower spectrum off to the left, like way over here, you know, like.
Yeah.
That's ballsy. It's gonna be weird. So like, I find that like painting these songs, you have synths and they kind of become your palette, and you like paint into different. You take your melodies and your rhythms and you paint with those different synths. So it's like it must be so hard to be like, which incredibly loud thing do I want to play this part of the song?
Oh, do you know the band? They're instrumental crap, and they do like really intense drum and bass, glitchy stuff, but it's over kind of like more ambient orchestral kind of sound and stuff, kind of similar to this a little bit.
Oh, there's a lot of that in the math rock niche, like Three Trap Tigers, Physics House Band, Black Meaty.
They're pretty like well known, I think, but yeah, I can't. Oh, it's on not even the tip of my tongue. It's like a ways back.
I think
I don't have it now.
I get sideswiped by the whole like bro step Skrillex thing, so like my radar is pretty far off for that.
Some voice samples in there. Yes.
It's like we've just forced out the Charlie Brown lady with drum and bass.
This is some kind of drum and bass version of some of Night Verse's new material.
Night Verse?
Night Verses.
Oh, I've never heard of them.
They're an instrumental band now. Their vocalist left, and they got a really gnarly drummer, and they do a lot of like sampling stuff and him just going bananas on the kit. It's really good. This reminds me of that a little bit.
Well, it's like losing its sense of meter altogether now.
Like that.
Measures are just running into each other.
Yeah.
Is that me? Is that me like doing my weird like pep talk thing that I do during our live streams now? Achieve your dreams and your goals in your life.
Yeah. Don't let your dreams be dreams.
Yeah, crazy, man. I can't imagine, like, you must thrive in that flow zone where you're just, tweaking synthesizers and sweeping automations and like doing all kinds of weird stuff. How did you get every part of the spectrum to peak so consistently?
Yeah. Did you like have it set up with like the visualizer and like, all right, I need a bit more of these frequencies in here, kind of like cap the whole thing?
Yeah, like that's pretty wild. We've listened to noise stuff in this format, like on the spectrogram, and it's not every frequency all the time usually.
Yeah. This is like objectively noisy, or like all of its peaks, and that stuff's more like subjectively noisy,
Yeah, it's one frequency or another. Breakfast Bears, they've shared a couple of releases with us. I'm getting like a real, newish math rock vibe. I'm assuming where they found us and where they're trying to get in with their listeners that they're probably going to have a similar vibe. So let's see.
See what kind of vibes we got.
Queens of the Stone Age guitars? Oh, yeah, maybe. More like Block Party, I guess.
Yeah, a little new wave sounding.
Yeah.
Like new wave punk.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little Queens of the Stone Age, Arctic Monkeys.
Yeah.
Kind of Block Party.
That's indie rock.
That kind of
vibe.
vibe.
I'm into it.
Like the vocals.
Yeah, he's really deliberate about his like where he's putting his little embellishments.
Yeah, I like that when it almost feels like they're not that they're being sloppy, but they're kind of like not keeping their voice like super tight and like articulating perfectly.
Yeah,
it's like they're on like the cusp of kind of breaking and just like like, it's like controlled,
exactly. Yeah, it's like I
like that like towing that line.
It's a deliberate embellishment. You hear that a lot with like new rock music, like straight rock music, like Royal Bangs and Tame Impala and those bands. They use those kind of like glissandos like up into higher notes really well.
I like that. Yeah, the vocal style is kind of like OK Go, their vocalists a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't listened to them a lot, but I know that they're like an indie rock band.
Yeah. Here we go again.
Oh yeah. The doubling is really nice too. You have to be really brave to like not have your doubling sound identical, and that's really where it gets all of its usefulness and character.
Yeah.
And this person's just like letting it go.
I like the guitar work in the choruses too. Nice and thick. Oh yeah. You've
seen this band like at a bar, like and they're killing it.
I've seen this band at a bar wishing that like more bands were making music like this.
Yeah. Yeah, it's sick. I wonder if this is recorded with an amp. It's got like that live kind of feel to it.
Yeah.
It's nice.
I like those cymbals. They sound big and washy. Tasty. I like them a lot.
I'm like trying to zero in on it and can't. I'm trying to zero in on the splash and like just can't. I'm like overwhelmed. Everything is like very like unison rhythmically, and it's like it's such a short attention span that I like went to listen to a cymbal and I like heard a guitar hit at exactly the same moment, and I was like, nah, forget about it.
Yeah. Can't do that.
Yeah. It's more of that like slightly off like dotted eighth note stuff you were talking about in this too.
Yeah. Oh. As the song went on, it was almost like a more punky minus the bear.
Yeah.
I got that vibe a lot. Like a lot of the there's a lot of licks and little like guitar noodling, but it's like kind of like driving a little bit. And the vocals actually in those choruses reminds me of their singer a lot.
Nice.
That's good. Yeah. Tasty. What?
Okay, this is from
Spongedic.
Mr. Spongedic.
Nice.
So
for kids,
they came into the Discord looking for a songwriting advice one day, and then later that day, like after we talked about it for a while, later that day put this out. So I'm hoping that in some way we inspired them to like put this song together. So
it's a 6-minute big gargantuan.
Here we go.
Here.
Yeah, I hope you got over whatever intimidation you had about songwriting, and that this is the result. Ooh, very
interesting note selections.
Very pensive, some dropouts. I appreciate that you included all the variations of this first riff. It's almost like I'm walking through the writing process with you. You're like feeling it out, finding the way that you want to phrase it, and then you're kind of reiterating where the idea came from.
Oh yeah, it's almost like a music version of like trying to like choose your words and like you're trying to get a point across and you say it a couple different ways and then get it out,
Exactly. Yeah, that's a really good way to put it.
Interesting.
Give me a second while I figure this out.
Yeah,
that kind of thing.
Just wait. The first 5 minutes are figured out in the last 56 seconds.
Yeah.
That really comes in.
So how did you decide on the chord progression? Because you're obviously moving in like an intentional way through this track. And are you trying to get to a certain place? Like, did you know? I think we're getting back to like the first riff again now.
It's so melancholy.
That's very sad.
It's so like, oh, my heart, you know?
Very, very minor.
Pining, you know? Mourning.
Oh, we're gonna go improv now? Like traditional Coheed and Cambria style rock now?
Yeah. Exactly. Quite progressive.
It feels like we're in your bedroom, like in your writing session, and that's so neat.
But you're wearing like a really crazy, like medieval-y outfit or something. Just in your bedroom still, but just like, you know, dressed up, serenading.
We arrived for some wizardry books.
It's like you're a person from like a faraway land, and you wrote this instrumental song to sum up like the entire journey of like your people, you know, through all like the ups and downs and like their whole life story in guitar.
It's the omnibus.
When it's kind of freeform like that, it's hard to pick out like a time signature out of it. You don't know what's half beats and what's just like, you know, loose at the time, you know?
It's like mostly on time, which is the crazy thing though. Like it is hard to tell where we are in the measure.
Oh, okay, yeah, it sounds like it is now. I was hearing it at the same tempo as the previous section, so I thought they were like these were like
dotted eights.
Yeah. That's why like it sounds kind of choppy, but
it sounded like that to me at
resolve.
first too.
Yeah.
But maybe it flipped over. My perspective just eventually like acclimated.
Yeah, that's a good idea though. Not if that wasn't even what you did, it's still like, you know, inspiring ideas, you know?
Yeah, I want to see what their hands like. They're the way they're changing chords for this. It's like really clean, so I know that they must be like holding a root and moving this hand around somewhere. I wish I could see. I could see what they're doing.
This is like one of the most off the wall references, but this reminds me of a song by the old like Christian hardcore band Haste the Day.
I've never heard of them.
They had a really weird, almost instrumental.
Called it's like a whole EP
called Janet's Planets. And the guitar, how it was chugging lightly, anyway.
I could hear some yelling, some
like a whole life
yelling.
Story, you know? Like this is every arc of like his people, you know?
This is the apocalypse. This is the end.
Yeah.
Not like the good kind.
This is like the volcano erupting or whatever.
Vesuvius.
Or like the flood or something, yeah.
Yeah, Pompeii.
Yeah.
Mr. Spongedic with a 6-minute epic.
Yeah, it's like such a ride. I like that. Fast little chugging in there. I'm still trying to like fit all this into a weird story narrative. So like, what was that little hiccup representing? What could it be?
Was it the hero arriving? And now we're gonna go. Maybe it was the the event horizon.
Yeah. Little Black Sabbath in here.
Yeah, now we're going old school metal.
We're going dad metal now.
Yeah, this reminds me of just like
Judas Priest coming in.
I feel like I'm at
action.
My homie's house, and they like just got their new BC Rich, and we're all taking turns playing it.
Oh, it's high school. Like I'll play some riffs. Like I listened to a whole bunch of like Trivium before I came over here, and like.
Oh, I still listen to a whole bunch. He's stuck, man. All right, yeah.
There's a lot of potential. Like this person. I don't know who Spongedic is, but. Dick Sponge, like you can tell they have a lot of ideas. It'd be interesting to hear like some of them like turned into like more fleshed out things, you know?
Yeah. That's why I really like.
You can make like a whole album's worth of material out of like all the different places you took the song, you know? Take each 30 seconds and make a whole song out of it, you know?
Yeah, this is an EP at least. That's the great thing about releasing music, and like why I love prolificity as like my style of creativity, because when you could do something like this and call it finished and then move on. Like let those ideas be and then like go on to new ideas. And that's so cool. Like that was a lot of ideas. Like
that was a
you
whole
cycled
lot.
through.
That took us on a journey. It did. Smash that like button. Do you want to know what? Oh, it's this way. What this thing is over? Oh, my finger's gone. See that light in the corner? What's that? Hey, maybe you should watch the video and find out.